name is Lauren Clark. I've been in the PR industry for over 10 years. I started my PR agency in 2015. It's called Be Real, Do Good. And we really work with large and small businesses across the country that share similarly in our interests and our mission, and that is to be transparent and real and then do good in their own community. Yeah.
That's an awesome name. I like the meaning.
Yes, it's fun.
So you started your own company pretty young. What would you tell a 13 to 16-year-old girl who feels like she's too young or too inexperienced to start a company, but she wants to try entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I would say it can definitely be intimidating, right? I mean, starting in your own business and coming up with some new ideas, it's can be scary, but also there's room for so much growth as an entrepreneur, and you can do it at any age. All you need are some fun, creative, new ideas. So you can stand out from other people. And I also think you can start small, right? So if you live in a community, maybe figure out a product or service that might be missing or that could benefit your community members. So start there, and then you can kind of grow and amplify it from there, to a national or a global level. So you can just start small.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more. So piggybacking off of that, what do you think is the most important first step in starting a company?
So I think the most important first step is it's pretty basic, like coming up with a creative and fun product or service. So having a clear vision and mission for your brand will really help elevate it. And then you're able to really clearly communicate that to your friends, family, and your network so they can better understand what you're trying to do, and they can hopefully help you get to where you need to go.
Great. And what would be one piece of advice you would give to a girl when she's starting her company? What's the most important thing to keep in mind?
Yeah, I would just keep in mind that you are enough. So your ideas, your passion is enough to get you places. So whether your first idea, hits it out of the park and it's the best idea you've ever had, or your last idea, it doesn't matter. No one's judging you. Just coming up with new and fun ideas is enough. And I remember, like, when I was younger, if I had a platform like Sweet, I would feel more motivated to actually come up with those ideas. Because when you are younger, sometimes you're like, I don't know where to start. Am I too young? It's not true. You're never too young to come up with some cool ideas. And I think the other important thing is to have confidence in yourself, which kind of piggybacks off of that. But, don't be scared, just go for it, and you'll get to where you want to go. Whether it's tomorrow or a year from now, you'll figure it out along the way and just grow from there.
Yeah, self-confidence is definitely key.
It is, and it's something you have to work on your whole life. It's a constant building, but it's good. You got to start young.
Yeah, exactly. So as an entrepreneur, there are highs and lows. So what helps you the most when you're stuck or having a hard time? What do you do to get through those?
Yeah, so a couple things. So if I'm having, in PR, you do a lot of writing. So I'll do a lot of press releases, sending lots of emails to writers. And sometimes you can hit a roadblock, just like you hit a writing block in school. So when you're working on a paper, whatever it is. So I find it's simple, but I find taking walks, going with my dog Luna, just getting out of the house or getting out of your office, wherever you're working, can really help clear your head. It doesn't need to be for long. Even like a 10-minute walk will help. So I find that works great for me. And then, and also I love to do a little afternoon yoga session, which probably sounds strange, but it just helps kind of, set the tone for the rest of the day, which I love. So in addition to that, I think connecting with your network. So whether that is reaching out to someone on LinkedIn that's an entrepreneur, it doesn't need to even be in your industry. Or I always connect with a lot of my PR friends who work at different agencies and seeing how are they navigating, the current climate that we're in, or can they help me with a problem that I'm facing? So it's really good to tap into your network. And, because a lot of people experience similar problems, even if they're not the exact same.
Definitely. So you said you have a dog?
I do. Her name is Luna. And we rescued her in Chicago. She's 3. She's an American Foxhound mix. She's a big girl. She's 75 pounds. So a lot bigger than what we thought. She's so sweet though. I love her. And she's not in here right now, but yeah, she's great. She's great.
That's adorable. I love that.
Yeah.
So, on the flip side of that, what have been your most satisfying or rewarding moments in your career?
Yeah, I think getting a huge press placement is such a win. Getting, usually when you start working with a client, you come up with, a media list and then come up with some fun or some media goals. And when you reach those media goals, whether it's one or all of them, it's so rewarding, such a good feeling. I think too, in addition, working with people and clients and brands that I believe in, that, kind of goes back to my original point that, share the same beliefs and really give back to the community and are transparent and that sort of thing. That's the best part about being an entrepreneur. You can be selective on who you're working with. And that's definitely awesome, especially in PR, working with people who get PR and really want to elevate their brand. So I think that's been one of the most rewarding things for sure.
Yeah, and that's another great thing to remember, to always stick with your beliefs, like your company name.
Yes.
Definitely. The last question, what do you do when you do accomplish one of those big goals? How do you celebrate?
Yeah, a couple of different ways. Over my, 10 plus years in this business, it can be challenging to celebrate the wins. And it's so important to do this. So I've learned to, one, take a breath when you get a win. It's very exciting. Give yourself a tap on the shoulder and do something that's fun. So for me, it'd be like having a great dinner with my husband or going to a park that I've been wanting to go to for a while. I mean, some of them are like, it's just, kind of stupid things, but they're fun and they make you happy. And yeah, I think it's just really important to give yourself a pat on the back and acknowledge your hard work, because especially in the industry I'm in, you're constantly moving. There's always something new you can be doing. There's always new clients you can be pitching, and that sort of thing. So it's easy to kind of get on that hamster wheel. And so it's important to just kind of get off the wheel, take a deep breath, give yourself a round of applause, and then move on from there.
Yes, I totally understand. It can be easy to get caught up in things. It's good to take a break.
Right.
So those are all of my questions. Do you have anything else you want to say or any last pieces of advice to the girls?
I just think, be yourself. And like I said before, have confidence in what you want to do. And also don't be afraid to reach out to people you don't know. So there's so many people on LinkedIn that I've reached out to that I've never met before, but, maybe they went to my school, or maybe they live in your community or something like that. Or like even like your parents or your friends' parents, like maybe they are in an industry that you like, and you should have those conversations with them. I'm sure they'd be really open to talking to you about those things. So just don't be scared to ask for help and to put yourself out there.
Great. Thank you. And I think your company and what you guys stand for is a great role model for that. So thank you for sharing. Thank you so much for your time today.